Nicolas Fouquet, the finance minister of Louis XIV, the Sun King, in 1661, France. He was known for lavish parties, connections with the brightest minds of the era, like the playwright Molière and the poet La Fontaine. Fouquet was clever, talented, and indispensable to the king. When the prime minister died, everyone thought that he was the obvious choice to take over. But Louis XIV abolished the position, and Fouquet started to feel the king's favor slipping. So what did he do? He threw the most extravagant party the world had ever seen to win Louis back. A 7-course feast with exotic dishes from the Orient, a fireworks display, Molière performing a custom play, and gardens so stunning they later inspired Versailles. Fouquet thought he was honoring the king, but the very next day, Louis had Fouquet arrested. He was charged with stealing from the treasury, charges that were mostly fabricated, and sentenced to solitary confinement for the rest of his life, 20 years in a remote prison. What happened? It's Law 1 of 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. If you're working under someone, whether it's your boss, a mentor, or even a senior colleague, you need to make sure they feel secure and superior in their position. Showing off your talents too boldly can make them feel threatened. Every dazzling moment of that party made Fouquet the star, not Louis. The king felt diminished, and his pride was wounded. Louis, the Sun King, couldn't stand being overshadowed. No matter how loyal your intentions, if you make your boss or anyone above you feel less important, you're playing a dangerous game. When the evening began, Fouquet stood at the pinnacle of the world. By its end, he had fallen to its depths. Robert Greene says you should make your master, the person above you, appear more brilliant than they are. Why? Because it builds their trust in you and helps you climb the ladder of power without stepping on their toes. This isn't about being fake or dimming your light forever. It's about being strategic. Think of it like a chess game. You don't checkmate the king on move 1. You play smart, bide your time, and position yourself for success. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and frankly crucial lessons from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. It's Law 1, never outshine the master. If you've ever wondered how to navigate power dynamics at work, in relationships, or even in social circles, this law is a game changer. In the early 1600s, Galileo Galilei, the famous astronomer and scientist, was struggling to fund his research. Back then, scientists relied on rich patrons, kind of like modern-day venture capitalists. Galileo used to spread his inventions around, gifting a military compass to one duke, dedicating a book to another. It worked okay, but he was always scraping by. Then, in 1610, Galileo discovered the moons of Jupiter. This time, he did something different. Instead of sharing this discovery with multiple patrons, he focused on one powerful family, the Medicis. Because their dynasty's founder, Cosimo I, had chosen Jupiter as their symbol, pretty fitting for a family aiming to project godlike power, Galileo went all in. He announced that the 4 moons of Jupiter presented themselves to his telescope at the exact moment Cosimo II became the Medici leader. He said the 4 moons represented the 4 Medici brothers, orbiting their founder, like planets around a star. He even designed an emblem of Jupiter and its moons and dedicated the discovery to the Medicis. The result? Cosimo II made Galileo his official court philosopher and mathematician with a full salary. No more begging for cash. Galileo didn't just show off his discovery. He made the Medicis feel like they were part of the cosmos. That's how you make your master shine. In this modern age, this law is also called ass-licking law, or boot-linking law, balls-licking law, and many other names. Okay, So how do you actually use this law in your life, if you're not too proud? Whether you're at work, in a creative field, or even navigating family dynamics, here are some practical tips to never outshine the master. Make your boss look good. If you have a great idea, don't present it like you're the genius. Frame it as something inspired by your boss's guidance. For example, say, "I was thinking about what you said in our last meeting, and it sparked this idea." It makes them feel like the source of the brilliance. Ask for their input. Even if you're confident in your work, ask your boss or mentor for advice. It shows you value their expertise. Robert Greene calls this seeking their wisdom. Maybe make a small, harmless mistake and let them correct it. They'll love feeling superior. Tone down your shine sometimes. If you're naturally charismatic or talented, be careful. You don't have to hide who you are, but avoid stealing the spotlight in front of someone insecure. For example, if your boss loves telling jokes, don't outdo them with a funnier one. Let them have the stage. Choose your masters wisely. Not every boss or leader is a Louis XIV or a Cesare Borgia, but some are. If you're working for someone who's super insecure, it might be time to look for a new master who can handle your brilliance. The key is balance. You're not dimming your light forever. You're being strategic to build trust and secure your position. Like Galileo, you can use this law to turn your talents into opportunities without stepping on toes. So next time you're tempted to show off, ask yourself, am I making my master look good, or am I stealing their spotlight? That one question could save you from a Fouquet-level disaster and set you up for a Galileo-level win. That's my take on Law 1. Never outshine the master. What do you think? Have you ever accidentally outshined someone and felt the consequences? Or maybe you've nailed this law like Galileo. Drop your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next law in our 48 Laws of Power series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.